Have you ever done something for God's sake? I don't mean it now as a screaming at someone, for God's sake, stop. But in a positive way. I'll tell you a phenomenal story soon. But first of all, for God's sake, let's say thank you for everything that He's doing. Protection, etc., etc. מזמור לסויד אורי לאדוני כל הארץ יבדס אדוני בשמחו בו לפניו בנון דוק אדוני אלוהים הוא אסון ולא נחתם מבצע מריסה בישוע בסויד חצרויסה בסילה הוידו לברוך ושמוע כי טוב ואדוני ללום חסדו וידו ודוי רמונוסוי. Let's give some tzedakah. And this Erev Shabbos, Chol HaMoed Sukkot, we've been enjoying the Sukkah, some enjoying it in the nice weather, some enjoy it in a more challenging situation, but we all enjoy the Sukkah for the sake of the Sukkah. So here this, to me, was an amazing story. As the Rebbe tells us, that every Jew should be thought of, especially as we spoke about the shaking the lulav backwards, even the one who is outside, is not in front of us, somebody who could be forgotten, somebody who is distant, somebody who is away. We have to think about it. And that's why the Rebbe is encouraging and emphasizing the importance of making sure that every Jewish prisoner, wherever in the world this person is, should have the opportunity to do the bench lulav and esrog, to do the blessing on the four kinds, and also to have an opportunity to enter in the sukkah. And therefore, many, many prisons have allowed and made arrangements for the Jewish fellows who are in prison to be able also to participate in the mitzvah of sukkah. And here is a particular situation. In a local prison, they don't allow us to build for the whole week of sukkah as a permanent structure or a non-permanent permanent structure. Sukkah is not a permanent structure, but they allow us once Chol HaMoed to drive in with a sukkah. Now, you're not allowed to drive in cars on the premises of the prison. So the way it is, you have to drive in with a collapsible sukkah, schlep out the whole thing from your car, drive the car back out on the outside parking lot, and then walk back in and put a sukkah together, have the fellows enjoy the sukkah, and then dismantle it, come back with a car, drive out. And this takes about 8 gates that have to be opened and closed. One year, we do exactly that, drive in, drive out, assemble the whole sukkah, and now the guards are bringing, at that time there was 5 fellows. When I put the sukkah together, the weather was beautiful. 2 minutes, and I'm not exaggerating, maybe with a half a minute, after they came into the sukkah, and we're starting to do the lulav and esrog for everybody, and then we're going to enjoy a beautiful meal with some singing and dancing. Suddenly, the gates of heaven opened up. I would say a torrential rain came down. Hail. Buckets of water. It was kind of insane. Out of nowhere. I mean, of somewhere, but totally unexpected. I tell the fellas, look guys, if you want, you can take the whole food, because it was a lavish meal prepared, and take it back with you. No, we want to stay here. Okay. Anyway, by the end of the hour, I can tell you my socks were drenched. They went back in. Suddenly, it cleared up. I dismantled the sukkah, drenched, put it into my car, and I left. The following week, I asked the guys, I says, what do you do of this? How do you get to it? How do you explain this? It was beautiful before, beautiful after, and just when we were in the sukkah, that's when it was pouring. Everybody said whatever they said. One particular fellow, used to call him Fisherle, who was a seasoned sukkah guest in the prison for over 30 years. He tells me the following. You know, Rabbi, I have visited this sukkah for many years, as you are well aware. Why do I come? It's a nice environment. It's a change of the routine, a good meal. It's wonderful. To say that I appreciated the gefilte fish swimming in soup? No. Potato salad soup is not delicious. Deli sandwiches is good with mustard and pickles, but not with water. But this time, I did the mitzvah, his words, for God's sake. No ulterior motive. Then I realized that's what Sukkot is all about. Yes, when it's raining, when it's cold, when it's uncomfortable. Let's go and do it for God's sake, for the mitzvah itself. This is Sukkot. And this is what brings us to the big Sukkah with Mashiach. Good Shabbos.